Aloha everyone. Today we have a tutorial for Fly Me to the Moon, a jazz classic made famous by Frank Sinatra and many others. This is an advanced beginner to intermediate tutorial because jazz songs tend to have jazz chords which can be kind of complicated, but I will start with a beginner-friendly version so that even if you're a beginner, you could definitely give this a try. Be sure to check out my tour dates. I am coming to LA, to Melbourne, to New York, to Michigan for Mighty Uke Day, and more. I hope to see you on the road. I just came back from an awesome Seattle concert and workshop. It was so much fun to hang out with Seattle peeps. So I hope I get to see a lot of you on the road. So I got to give a big shout out to my Patreon patrons who voted for Fly Me to the Moon for their December 2017 tutorial. The patrons not only choose the tutorial song, they also support the production of the tutorial so that it's available to everyone for free. So thank you to the patrons. If you're interested in joining our online ukulele community and supporting more ukulele tutorials, check out Patreon. Okay, we'll start with a playthrough of the song. So you just hang out and listen and get a feel for how the song flows. And afterwards, I will break down the chords and strums. Here we go. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, in other words, I love you. So let's start by moving through the song on single strums, and we're just going to go line by line because there are a lot of chords. So let's slow down and just focus on the first line. We're going to play one strum per chord so that we can learn the chord and also learn the transition moving from chord to chord. So starting on E minor 7. So we're going to sing slowly and just play one strum per chord. So here we go. Fly me to the... And now we're going to move to A minor. I would just move my index up 1. And you want your index because we're moving to a bar chord next. So you'll be ready for it. So A minor, moon, and let me... Now going to the bar D7, just let your index drop on the fret. You can stack your middle finger on top for more pressure and then push against your thumb in the back there, okay? And then add your ring finger for bar D7. Play among the... And we're going to ignore the bracketed chords for now, and those are more intermediate, so just focus on that G major 7. I would, instead of stacking it, since you're already in the bar D7 shape, just slide the bar down and keep the bar. Take away the ring finger, that's your G major 7. Stars. Great. So let's play through that line one more time on a single strum. Okay, ready? Here we go. And fly me to the moon and let me bars play among the slide down stars. Okay, that might already be fast enough for you, so just focus on single strums and build up those chord transitions. Now let's look at our second line. We start with C, nice easy chord, okay? Let me see, here we go. Let me see what. We'll go to the A minor. You can use your middle finger or index finger. If you want to look ahead, you'll see that we're going to a bar chord next, so you might want to use your index finger. Okay, spring is like on. Now here's our bar B7, so flatten again against the fret. Stack on top, move your ring finger into position. Jupiter and E minor 7. So I would just pull my index finger down and then swivel my wrist over, okay? And Mars. Okay, let's try that second line. Single strums. Let me see what spring is like on bar B7, Jupiter and Mars. Okay, if this is fast for you, just rewind and practice, yeah? Okay, next line, A minor. And I'm using my index because we're gonna go to the bar D7 next, right? In other words, bar D7. Hold my. Now look at B minor 7. All you need to do is bar this chord. Yep, so you just lift up the ring finger. Hand. Now moving to E7, you kind of have to be clever. I would move my index down one fret and then assemble my other fingers. Okay, let's try that line one more time. In other words, the third line. In other words, bar D7. Hold my, lift the ring finger, hand, slide over E7. Great, last line of the verse, A minor. In other words, looks familiar, right? Darling, slide that bar, kiss me. And then we're going to the B7, just slide back up. Okay, it's a lot of moving around and a lot of using the bar. So you want your hand to get strong. Your left hand, chording hand, will get strong, get a workout from making all of these bar chords. Okay, so you can practice those single strums. Let's work on single strums through verse 2 and the ending. It's pretty much just like verse 1, except for the ending that has like a little fancy ending, right? So verse 2, single strums. Here we go. All right, looks very familiar to verse 1. Fill my heart. Here we go. Fill my heart with song and let me, bar D7, sing forever. Slide down more to the C. You are all I, A minor, long for all I, bar B7, worship and swivel, E minor 7, door, index A minor. In other words, bar, please be, lift up, true, slide E7. Now our ending is, we call this like a 3-time turnaround. We just do the in other words 3 times, right? So these are all chords and transitions that we've seen already. So we'll go to the ending. In other words, bar D7, and lift up, other words, slide E7. Last line, in other words, we hold on this D7, I love you. We'll skip the riff for now and learn it later, but the last chord is G6. It's a really fun chord. You're gonna go up to the 7th fret, yeah? 3, 5, 7, you probably have dots on top of your ukulele, if not on the fret markers. Bar the entire fret, G6. Sounds fancy for an ending, okay? So, you can practice these chord transitions with the single strum. I definitely advise that you build up the left hand before trying to introduce too much with the right hand. Now let's take a look at what the right hand is doing. In this song, we are using the pump strum. This is a strum that I use in jazz a lot because it just helps to really accentuate those quarter notes. The hard part about the pump strum is that you are going to have to mute with your left hand after every single strum. This is hard. This is a workout for the left hand, and you should expect that it will take a lot of time to build up the strength and control to do this. So I'm just telling you that now so that you don't think that you need to master it now. We're gonna walk through it really slowly, and then come back and practice it a lot so that you can build up your hand strength. Your hand will get tired, so take breaks, a lot of breaks, okay? So what we're gonna do is just play through the first line with just 4 down strums per chord, all right? Just to get the right hand action of what's happening in the pump strum, okay? So just the first line, 4 strums per chord, here we go. Fly me to the A minor moon, and let me, D7, play among the G major 7 stars. Okay? So you can do this for the whole song. This is what the right hand is doing, just 4 strums per chord. Now let's add that left hand mute, okay? We're gonna walk through it really slowly, just starting with the first chord. Now, E minor 7, so fly me to the moon. What we're gonna do is strum, fly, okay? But instead of letting it ring out, what you're going to do is release these fingers. Release meaning let go of the pressure without the fingers coming off. You don't want the fingers coming off. You want to strum and then just release so that you're still lightly touching the strings, and then the strings are quiet, all right? And then for the other strings that are ringing out, you're going to use these 2 fingers to drop them on the strings and quiet those strings. Okay, it's a complicated process. So you're going to go from strum, release the chording fingers just slightly. You're still touching the strings. Drop these fingers, okay? And then press again. Strum, release, drop. Strum, release, drop. Strum, release, drop. Strum, release, drop. Okay? I'll get a little closer up so that you can see what's happening with this right hand, okay? Without the, in the left hand. So you're going to press for the strum, then you're going to release. You see how my fingers just have this tiny release, yeah? My fingers stay on the strings. I'm not lifting them off. Press, release. You're still touching the strings to keep them dead, and then drop the fingers, okay? Press, release, drop. So that's where the pump name comes from. So when I'm playing faster, right, I'm going like this. My fingers are pumping against, the fretboard, okay? So we're gonna practice this, but nice and slow, right? Ready? E minor 7, we're going strum, release, drop. Strum, release, drop. Strum, release, drop. Strum, release, drop. This is where you wanted to get to. Right? You just hear the hit and then you quiet it right away, okay? This is going to be tiring for your hands, so definitely shake it out from time to time. Now, what's really hard about this is that every single chord is going to need to be muted in a little bit of a different way, depending on how the chord is shaped, right? So if we go A minor 7, we go fly me to the... Now we go A minor, okay? You can use all 3 of these fingers. So you go strum, release, drop. Okay, we're just going to walk through the shapes now so that you can get a sense of how you mute them, okay? Then you go bar D7 and let me play, okay? So when you go to your bar D7, you just release the whole thing. You don't have anything to drop against because all of them are being pressed, and then when you release, it should quiet all of those strings. So in many ways, pumping is easier with bar chords, okay? So just try that. Strum, just gentle release. You're still touching all of the strings, okay? So pump, release, pump, release, pump, release, pump, release, okay? That's D7. Then your G major 7, you slide down, right? If you release, you still have this top string ringing out, so you got to bring those fingers up to quiet it. Okay. So all of these kind of muting configurations will just take time to figure out. Let's walk through the rest of the verse so that you can get a sense of how each chord is muted. Okay, on the C, let me see. Okay, what are you gonna mute with? You have these fingers, these inside fingers. I like to use those inside fingers. You can also use this pinky, but that's a little bit more complicated, more of a stretch for the wrist. So maybe get used to this inside, dropping these inside fingers. So strum, drop, strum, drop, strum, drop, strum, drop. And a lot of people like to ask, like, do I need to release this one? You know, if I'm already dropping. The thing is, you need to, because otherwise this string will stay depressed. Right? You hear there's still something ringing out there, okay? So you gotta make sure that this one releases so that all the strings come to level, so then you can drop the fingers and deaden all the strings, okay? That's C. Now A minor, right? We already did this one. A minor, dropping all of those. Okay, Jupiter, B7. Again, a bar chord, you just have to pump it. B7. And then E minor 7 we've already done as well, right? Dropping these two fingers. Okay, we're on In Other Words, A minor, we have already done. Bar D7. Hold my. Now B minor 7, again, it's a bar chord. It's nice and easy to pump. Well, you know, relatively. Okay, then we have our E7, slide over E7. Now, what do you use to, after you release, you still have one string ringing. What do you use? You could use this pinky, or what I do is I drop this inside finger. So that takes a little bit of maneuvering, but that's just what I'm used to, okay? And then last line, In Other Words, A minor, D7, bar, okay. G major 7, we've already seen this one. And you're dropping these other fingers. And then B7, which we've already seen as well. Okay, so you can pause here, rewind, take lots of time to just practice the fine tune movements of, you know, press, release, drop the fingers, all right, reset. You can also just play down strums and then slowly build up to the pump. That is perfectly fine, yeah? But just take your time with it. Now let's play through verse 2 and the ending with the pump strum in tempo, but at a nice slow tempo, okay? So we'll go, fill my heart with, right, just so that we can really take our time in getting the pump. Make sure that you get a nice clean mute in between each strum. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Fill my heart with song and let me bar sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. E7. In other words, in other words, E7 again. In other words, I love you. Okay, let's learn the riff here because we are at the riff. So this is for those who know how to read tab. If you don't know how to read tab yet, go to my happy birthday tutorial. And Essentially, you're just playing the notes that you see here. If they're stacked together, you play them together. So you're playing 8 and 10, right? 8 on the E string, 10 on the A string. Okay, 9 and 10, 10 and 10, right? The numbers indicate which fret you're pressing on, right? So that's it. And then you hit the G6. It's a fun little ending. It's reminiscent of Frank Sinatra's ending. Okay? Cool. All right. That's a lot. So feel free to pause here in YouTube. If you go to the right bottom corner of the window, you can hit the gear icon and play back this video at 3/4 speed or half speed. We're going to finish up with just this last intermediate variation, the syncopated chord change, which just gives it a lot of jazzy pizzazz. Yeah. Okay. So you'll see, let's just play through that first line and we'll get to that first set of brackets, okay? So we're gonna go from the top, 2, 3, 4. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the... Okay, now instead of just 4 down strums, take a look on the split measures. We're going to do basically an island strum. So we're gonna go down, down, but up on the G7. Down, down, up, down, up. So our regular island strum is down, down, up, down, up, right? So what we're going to do at G major 7, down, down, and then G7, up, down, up. So let's just practice that back and forth a little bit. G major 7 will go down, down, up. Actually, let's just do that much. Down, down, up, right? G major, G7, right? Down, down, up. Again, down, down, up. And down, down, up. And down, down, up. Now let's finish the island strum. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. And on the brackets, you're just going to break off from the pump strum and just do a regular strum. It's kind of weird to pump during that change. It's better to just kind of emphasize that change. Okay, good. So let's play that first line again and then we'll move through our second line. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the G major, up, G7. Okay, let's keep going. Let me see what... Okay, so this is just a fancier chord in the brackets, okay? For those who are ready for intermediate challenge, you're going to bar, okay? And then put your finger... assemble your other fingers. F sharp minor 7 flat 5, okay? What spring is like on... And then moving to B7, all you need to do is move your ring finger down. Jupiter and now we have another syncopated chord change, E minor 7. And I would use my 2, 3 fingers here so that you can go down, down, and then up on E7, just add the index. Okay, let's practice that a little bit. Down, down, up, down, down, up, full strum, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that's our syncopated chord change there. And then on the very last line, in other words, D7, darling, kiss me. Now instead of B7, we go to our F sharp minor 7 flat 5, right? And we go down, down, up. This is a fancy one that really sounds good. So we want to practice this one, right? Go back to your F sharp minor 7 flat 5, down, down, and then slide over for up B7. Up, down, up. Okay, so practice that one a little bit. Okay, so let's play through the final verse, yeah, and try to put it all together, okay, with the syncopated changes. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forever. Down, down, up, down, up. You are all I long for, all I worship, tab riff. Hit that G6. And then chuck it. All right, you made it to the end, and you'll probably want to rewind and do a lot of practicing. But I will tell you that all of this strength that you develop in your hand from the barring and the pumping will help you as you play other songs. So take your time with it, just 5 minutes a day, as I like to say. So yeah. Enjoy. Happy practicing. Thank you for joining me for this tutorial. If you like what you saw today, then please subscribe, like, comment. Consider joining Patreon so that you get more of this kind of stuff online with our live lessons and our live jams. And I will see you soon. So happy practicing. Ciao. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive.